Cancer, welcome to your April 2018 RuneScope with me. My name is Amanda. This month, in conjunction with the runes, I will be using the Golden Tarot by Cat Black. Then be sure to join me for part 2 of your April reading over on Vimeo. The link is below. I will be using this month the Astrological Oracle. This is by Linnea Weatherstone and Antonella Castelli. And I use these in my private readings. They are excellent for giving sometimes exact days based on what the planets are doing astrologically. They sometimes will also give us a specific sun sign. I've had a few come up with specific sun signs. So it could be talking about a specific person or specific sign that the moon's moving into. So yeah, definitely check that out. They've been uncanny. They always are. That's why I use them. But let's jump in and see in general what my Cancerians are up to. April 2018 for Cancer. What are you doing? Runes for Cancer. There it is. So as always, keep in mind, Cancer, these are general readings. So not all of these messages will apply to you. Some are going to be for the other Cancers that are watching. There's a lot of you. So sometimes a lot of messages will come through for each position. I just give them as I get them. You can also check out the video for your rising sign as well to get some additional clarity, messages, or information on the situation or what's going to be going on for you in the month. But if you would like something far more specific, far more personal, and some guidance on your specific circumstances or anything you may be grappling with, you would need to schedule a private consultation with me. I do those on Skype. They are $70. Just drop me a line at runescopes4u@gmail.com. It's here in the video and below, and we can get your appointment set up and take a look at whatever's going on with you specifically. But in general, with my Cancerian. So you got 2 major arcana as far as the tarot goes here. So some big stuff going on, it looks like, Cancer. Your challenge or focus with the Star card in reverse next to Gifu. The challenge could be to heal a relationship. Does not have to be romantic, but it could be. So yeah, this could be somebody wanting to heal a relationship. It could be you wanting to heal a relationship. Maybe you've been trying it. Maybe you gave it a try in April. Is the month where you're just like, you know, this isn't gonna work. You or someone is saying this just isn't working. It's not working for me. It could be some sort of relationship is not living up to your hopes, to your dreams, because the Star card is the wish fulfillment card of the major arcana. So in the reverse, it's like something's not. And you know, we can't always put our finger on things. Maybe something just feels not quite right or out of sync or, you know, with the relationship itself or with this person. It could be your intuition, Cancer. You are a water sign. You are very intuitive anyway. So you could just be, it just may be with, there's a lot of astrological weather going on in April. So it could just be that your intuition is kicking up and something feels kind of off about someone, some relationship, some partnership, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is. Like, what's going on? What am I not seeing? What do I not know? But for many of you, the challenge could just be to go on and heal a relationship that's been through the ringer, a connection that's kind of gone through a hard time. Again, doesn't have to be romantic. But I do feel like for many of you it is. This could also be you healing from a partnership that did not work out or a divorce. So some of you, if you've ended recently a relationship, it could just be like you're trying to heal and your challenge is to open your heart again, you know, heal from this and move forward. And that's a big challenge for anybody. And everybody handles it in different ways. You just may be feeling it in April. It could be that something happens or you see or hear something and it kicks up old wounds or brings something up, you know, that maybe you thought you had healed or were making progress. And then, you know, sometimes we can get a little reminder, and that sometimes is just the universe saying, hey, there's still more work to do here. You've come a long way, but there's still some more healing that you need to do. Now, in the present energy, so this would be, for some of you, whenever you're watching this video in the present, or end of March into early April, present energy, we've got the High Priestess. So this could be your energy, Cancer. It's not the major arcana associated with Cancer. That's the Chariot card. But I often, when I'm reading for a water sign, if this card comes up, because you are so intuitive, like the High Priestess, I feel like for many of you, this is you. Canis is here. So it looks like in the present, things are going really well. There's a new beginning. There's a new opening up. Again, healing. But you could be holding back some, again, maybe you're holding back this intuitive feeling you're getting. Like you don't want to rock the boat. You know, things are going so well. I don't want to bring up that I feel like something is off or that I have this feeling. Or you may be waiting kind of like, well, I'm going to wait and find out and see if, you know, how this plays out. See if I'm right. Wait for, you know, proof that something is off. That kind of energy. Others of you, this could be a new person in your life who wants to connect with you, and they could be somebody who's very intuitive, somebody who's very High Priestess-like, and it could be a male or a female, but they are very spiritual. They could be very knowledgeable. You could be learning a great deal from them, or maybe you're teaching someone a great deal about a particular spiritual path. Others of you this could be a teacher or someone that you are studying with. Maybe you're learning to read the tarot or learning Reiki techniques or learning shamanism or, you know, anything of that nature, any spiritual path. And it's opening you up to new levels of awareness. So it could be, sometimes when that happens, it can kind of, we just become aware and more evolved spiritually and more opened up, and it can make us see our lives through very different eyes. And it could be that maybe relationships or friendships or family relationships that used to work aren't working for us anymore now that we've kind of evolved into this other spiritual level. So, but for others of you, you know, this could just be somebody who wants to kind of help you heal by opening your heart to them. So it could be a romantic interest. Another sign that's very intuitive and gifted and who cares about spiritual things, who cares about how they treat others. And it could just kind of be bringing up some of the past and bringing up you feeling like, oh, this feels really serious and really good, but at the same time, I don't know if I'm quite ready for this. So again, lots of different messages there. It's just going to depend on which Cancer you are. Again, watch your rising sign to get more clarity on which of those it may be, or you can always schedule a private session and I will take a look for you. But the help that's going to be available to you, we've got Four of Swords, April. Retreat with the blank rune. There's a big life-changing energy starting or happening in April at some point. And I do feel like for you it has to do with an emotional level, a connection, a new beginning. Healing. And, you know, some of you could actually be physically healing because this can mean a recuperation period. It's going to help you to have that downtime to recuperate. Some of you may be having surgery. Or you may be going to be with somebody who's having surgery. Somebody else got that. Was it Pisces, maybe? Somebody else could be having surgery, maybe specifically heart surgery, and you may be going to kind of sit up with them. All right, just notice the heart up there. Well, it's a coat of arms, but it's shaped like a heart up here. I don't know if you can see that. And it's going to give you a time out while you're helping this person recuperate. It's going to give you time out to think about what you're recuperating from. Or this is just going to be a much needed break, and you're going to be healing your body and your heart at the same time if it's you that had to go through the surgery or recuperation period. But I think many of you just need some time to think, some time to be on your own, to rest before you jump into something else. And maybe that's what you're like, I've just come out of this big relationship. I felt I'm still really, dealing with the healing process. And I do like this new person, but I'm just not ready. I'm just not ready. So I need to kind of back off and pull back my energy. Now, if someone else pulls back their energy from you, Cancer, just use that time to relax, to reflect. Some of you, this spiritual awakening is coming through meditation, because this is also a strong meditation card. And with the blank rune, it's like some of you could be astral traveling, or traveling in your dreams, going to visit, have conversations with someone. And I mean, you could really reach some very powerful levels of awareness and be receiving a lot of helpful information about your future or the future of someone else through this astral travel or through these dreams. I mean, it's almost like some of you, like you could have a dream and you're telling someone and you were in it and you were doing this, and then this person will say, that's freaking weird because I was just doing that the other night, or at that same time I was doing that. Like, you'll get some sort of confirmation again that there's more going on here. But yeah, I think April is a month to take it easy as much as you can here, Cancer. If you're feeling like something's off, you're feeling like you need more time to recuperate, whether it's physical or heart-based, take that time. Even if it's just on the weekends or one day on the weekend, whatever you can work in, just take some time to just do you and relax, because you are in a healing phase, many of you, in one area of life or another. And you're not quite ready to go to the next step. I think you will be after April, but it does seem like there's still some things. There's something coming up through a spiritual awakening or a spiritual practice, and this could even be just somebody's book you're reading, but this is definitely a spiritual leader, a spiritual teacher. And it could be, the meditation is bringing all of this up. The astral travel, the dreams are bringing this up. It's all coming to the surface so that you can deal with it and move on. So it's kind of an internal month here for you, and I feel like it should be, Cancer. These are things that you kind of have to deal with before you can go where you're going to go next. Now, what must be accepted? We've got the Ten of Cups. So this is the happy family card. It is this feeling of joy, completion around family, around home. It's this sense of protection. So within your family, many of you, you'll be finding solace and kind of like that's your respite from the world. That's your safe place, your safe haven, maybe home with your family. That's how you, that's how you recharge, rejuvenate. It is maybe through spending time with your kids, with your your close friends, the people who make you happy, people who make you feel good about you, whoever that may be. Sometimes that's family, sometimes that is our friends, sometimes it's our kids, our mate and our kids, whoever. Some of you may be coming to this realization that, you know, this person hurt me and they're not a good partner, but I still feel really happy when I'm around them. Maybe we can be friends. I mean, you know, that may apply to one person out there, but it was coming through. Like, you know, I really, like, you know, yeah, it's too bad the romantic thing didn't work out, but does that really mean, like, wait, you know, and maybe especially if you share kids together. So maybe this is an ex that you, and it's like, really, do we have to be at loggerheads all the time? I mean, are we just kind of filling out or fitting into some role that we feel that we're supposed to play for some reason? And so yeah, this person was a crappy partner, but they're a good friend. Or it would be nice if we were friends for the kids, or it would be nice, I have a good time with this person that hasn't changed just because they, you know, suck at relationships. So, I mean, there's something like that. There's a dichotomy going on here, Cancer, with what has happened and maybe how most people would think you should feel or react, and the way you're viewing it. And the way you're viewing it is from a higher spiritual plane, from a higher spiritual level, because of some teaching, some leader, some class, some, I don't know, spiritual podcast, could be anything, a book, anything, you know, written by this person who has just opened you up to a new level of understanding. And it does seem to be the key to healing whatever this breach was, healing whatever this relationship was, healing your heart. You don't have to act on it right away, but it seems like, you know, you're trying to find the way to go high, even if this person went low, or maybe you both went low for a time, and now you're like, well, who is that helping? You know, that may be where you're coming from, and you're trying to find a way to you know, come at it from a bigger, be the bigger person, and come at it from a higher plane here, because that's what you're learning about. There's an awakening going on, Cancer. The outcome is, unfortunately, the Three of Swords, but I feel like with Yera here, like this is not happening, it's already happened. This is maybe like what, this was the betrayal, or this was what happened, the divorce, the separation. This is what this person did. But Yera is, if we put effort into this, we can get a reward, or we can get past this, or I can get past this if I put the effort in. It's, you know, this is also just understanding, because this rune, I mean, yes, it is justice and legalities, so it could be that end of the spectrum. Like, okay, this divorce is final now, you know, let's move forward. But it could also be like karmically, this was, you know, you just, again, coming from this higher spiritual point of observance, you are saying, yes, this happened and it sucked. It was hard, but it was karmic. I was supposed to go through it. What did I learn from it? For some of you, you are, either it's so good to have this finalized and to not have to deal with this person and to just focus on your tribe, your kids, your family, your friends, and not have to deal with this anymore. Or your karmic lesson, you're taking that and taking it to that next, again, spiritual level, and saying, okay, yes, this is over. This person did me wrong, or, you know, they suck at marriage, they suck at being a partner, but they're a really good dad, or they're a really good mom, or you know, and for the kids, I'm going to put their needs before mine, which is what a good parent does. Let's face it. Yes, it's difficult. Very, very difficult, especially in, you know, situations where there have been betrayal and there has been hurt and nastiness. But I don't know, Cancer. I just feel like you're really just, you're sick of feeling a certain way. And you may be kind of like, well, maybe I've just been feeling that way because I felt like I was supposed to feel that way about this. Like, you're going through a divorce. How can you be happy? It's almost like maybe there's been this other voice in your head, you know, you should be down on the dumps and crying and miserable. And like, well, who says? I mean, you know, I think there's a great awakening coming for Cancers in the month of April. And it has to do with, yes, betrayal, treachery, separation, divorce. But I feel like this is already for most of you happened when April starts, and this is the tail end of it. And you found this, or will find, this wonderful way of enlightening yourself, of healing yourself emotionally or physically. And I think you should jump all over it, Cancer, because, I mean, it seems like it's not only going to help you through this period, but it's going to heal the whole family with the Ten of Cups. I mean, this is like great joy and completeness and feeling emotionally fulfilled by those that are in your life, getting rid of the negative influences and only having the positive, or getting rid of the negative aspects and no longer having to deal with the negative aspects of someone's personality, and maybe just enjoying the good parent, the good dad, the good mom. I think you're going to be surprising at least one person in April, Cancer. I just see your generosity of spirit and kind of this spiritual level at which you are. And if you don't get there in April, that's okay. Again, this is a process. It may take the whole month of April, but it seems to start. This journey or path seems to start in April. You're really evolving. And for some of you, the whole reason for this breakup, divorce, pain was to bring you to this high, you know, that's what all of it is for, really. But this really sends you into a far higher level of your soul's evolution, for sure. If you follow the breadcrumbs here, you of course have free will. You can stay in the, ooh, I should feel sad and I should just shut myself away and be upset and angry. You can do that, and it's normal to do that for a time, but it gets to be a problem if you stay there. Right? And stay in the heaviness and sadness and anger instead of seeing the wonderful things that you do have. So, very interesting reading, Cancer. Very spiritual reading. Join me over on Vimeo now. I am going to shuffle I can't wait to see what we get with these. I'm going to shuffle the astrological oracle cards here. I want to see if we can get more clues about time frame on this, and kind of when certain events may be coming out, or advice for how to further handle this awakening you seem to be going through in April. So I will see you over there. The link again is below, and I will see you back here next month. Thanks for watching.